The problems seem to have been, developing over a period of time with SLASPA. And there are many operational problems, not policy, operation problems.
Minister for Infrastructure and Ports Stephenson King addressed last week's Port Castries congestion and resulting tensions with truckers who staged protest action after facing frustrations with port logistics, parking restrictions, and police citations. King reported that the St. Lucia Air and Seaports Authority, SLASPA, has since met with truckers to discuss solutions and alleviate friction.
SLASPA, from my last report, has been able to meet with the truckers. We have been able to make some adjustments in terms of facilitating the truckers. So one of them being our ability to remove cars into VFR for those persons who have not collected the vehicles, to move it out of the port into VFR, and to allow what we call a trucking lay-by, to allow the trucks to be able to enter the port and to have a facility where the truckers can line up and await their call to pick up the cargo that they come in and pick up.
King noted that the resolution has been well received, with most truckers having returned to work.
Today, if not all, but most of the truckers returned to their operations and things are moving smoothly. But this speaks to another issue. And the issue it speaks to is the need for a new port here in this country. We are operating on a 10-acre lot of land in terms of the operations of SLASPA, 10 acres. But over the time, we have seen that being diminished by the multiple use of port Castries and the delays, as I said earlier on, the tardiness in the shippers to pull out the empty containers off the docks on time and to allow the rollover of cargo and empty containers in a timely manner. So what we've been working on for the last few years is to find an alternative port.
According to Minister King, the previous United Workers' Party (UWP) administration had explored establishing a dock in cul-de-sac to ease pressure on Port Castries.
And the cost of just that dock, which would have accommodated one ship at a time, was not at all economical. This government has gone further, and we are now concluding an exercise, a consultancy sponsored and financed by the Caribbean Development Bank to look at cul-de-sac, to develop cul-de-sac as a full-fledged port. A full-fledged port that will complement and, of course, offset Port Castries so as to provide the kind of accommodation necessary for a full operational, commercial, and possibly transshipment port.
King added that the current mandate is to identify a new location and develop a facility 4 times the size of the existing Port Castries, with the long-term vision of transforming it into a full-fledged transshipment hub. Solasha Alfred, HTS News Force.